Hello, sweet friends. It is Charlotte here. Come on in and welcome to my home. I'm excited to do another project with you today. I got into my scraps, and one of the things that the kit in the company of Owls and Raptors has is these little words. And so I cut these words out and I put them on these tags and decided I would create some snippets like this one here, Birds of Prey. I've got a little seed bead there and I did a little slow stitching. So I put together some snippets. Here's one with some slow stitching and the word owl. And I thought I would just go ahead and we could do some of these together. And if we have time, finish up that last little journal booklet that we never finished. So I don't have a whole lot of scraps, but I've got enough scraps for this project. Now, the way I begin, I think before we do a snippet, I kind of have what I wanted to do together there. I thought I would show you how I did these little tags here. Hopefully you can see that, how I did these little tags. So I thought, let's just make a couple of those. And I might be able to use this as a belly band. This is just cardstock that apparently something was printed on this, and it's just perfect for, don't throw it away. It's like we don't throw anything away, do we? Oh, and I did decide, if you watched the video on my little window tags, I did decide to go and put some tabs. So there's a tab on this one here. And I just think the tabs, they just add more texture and color. I added this tab to this one here. These are the two that we made yesterday. And then I added this tab here. So just in case you didn't catch this video, this is done with an index card. Just fold a 4x6, just fold it in half with the window cut out. So those are done. I still need to create one of those for my giveaway that I'm going to have at the end of the year, 52 of them. So that's going to be a whole lot of fun. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and we're just going to collage these using the leftover papers that I have, and I'm not going to worry about if it's too wide, if it fits. We're just going to get this down because we're not into saving time, we're into getting the job done. So let's see what we can come up with, and then we will punch some of these out and we will see if we can use maybe a piece of this as a belly band. I came up with some more of this vintage grid paper. I love that it's just kind of starting to yellow on the edges. So cool. So I am going to put that on here. And let's just go ahead and that's a natural fold. Let's put that on. And then we will have used up all the scraps of this particular page. So that makes me feel really good that this won't be going in the trash or back in the scrap pile. Then what do we have that pertains to some color? Maybe put a bit of this on. And maybe get some red on there. Let's put this there. It's a beautiful, beautiful day here. I think we are probably done with the rain for months and months to come. Till the monsoon season hits us, I don't think we'll be seeing much in the way of rain. And that monsoon season is a long ways away. Okay, what else can we put on here? Maybe some of this, just a little bit of this would be nice. So I see we have a little piece here. Let's use that up. So I want to say hello to June. June, boy, I covered up that grid paper, didn't I? I didn't appear to have a problem covering up the grid paper. June watches but doesn't comment much, and so I just want to say hello, because June, if you're watching, I appreciate it. So we technically could leave this like this. This doesn't bother me. And if I'm going to use this as a belly band, I will decorate much more on the top of this. But for now, I think I'm going to punch this so that I can show you how easy it is to do that. But let's go ahead and finish this one. You can see how fast that was. I think let's just put this down. I still haven't had to break into my new glue, so I spent a whole day not doing anything that required a glue stick because I didn't think I had one. So that just goes to show you how silly that was. What do I have that I haven't used? This would be good. This would be good. Ooh, I've got these little bits right here. I'd like to use up my little bitty scraps, because the larger scraps I know I can always use. So if we can just, well, I think we can do that. Just put something on top of it. Let's just go ahead and get the edges done like that. Put this down. And then maybe put that right there. Coming along. Working like this, where you do your ephemera first. I have to tell you, how do you know when you have enough ephemera? I mean, that is my thing right now. Where do you stop? I did cards, I did tags, envelopes, and now I'm looking at belly bands and the snippets. And so I'm kind of sitting there thinking, when do you know when you have enough? I think probably what I need to do now is take my first signature and start putting some of the ephemera in, start putting some pockets. And you know, that's another thing. It's so much easier to, you know, when you get a custom order, you know if that person likes to write in a journal. I'm amazed at how many people really don't. They collect journals, they love journals, but they're not big writers. And so they want a lot of ephemera. That is what is important to them. And so when you have a journal that has a lot of tags and flip outs and things like that that you can write in. They love that. But then there are those that want a lot of paper. Writing on tags just is not enough. They want pages of paper and not as much ephemera. So finding that balance is not always easy. And I'd like to have that balance in this book. And so when you create your ephemera first, well, I guess it doesn't really matter, because even though I'm creating all this medieval mirage ephemera, doesn't mean I have to put all this medieval mirage ephemera in my book. I'm looking at this thinking, which way does it go? So I think I just answered my own question. I don't have, just because I created it all, I don't have to put it all in. So this piece I am going to leave like this, and I will cut this down depending upon the size of how I want the belly band. And I think we probably, if we're going to do a belly band with this, I think what we're going to do is we will add, you know, this book doesn't have a lot of lace in it, but now that I'm doing snippets, I wanted to use up some of my laces and some of my darker laces. So I think I probably would put some lace on this, and then punch outs. I'm not sure which punch outs I would use for this, but yeah, I think this might just be another project, and depending upon, I might be able to get a belly band out of this and a tag, because these are probably 12 inches long, is my guess. Yeah, and my belly band would only be 8, which is going to leave me a 4-inch tag, which will be really, really nice. So then what I would typically do with this before I did anything else would be to distress it. And I'm not going to go around the edges. I am just going to take this and just distress it like this. So I'm not going to worry that much about this. And I might do a wax seal until I get to the belly band part. I don't know how this is going to look. So just to show you the difference between the distressing and the not distressing. So this is to be continued. We will see what we do with that. But this one, and I'm not going to punch it all, but I'm going to punch some of it just so that you can see. It's the same concept, I think, as a masterboard, creating a masterboard and then taking and cutting, but we are punching. We are going to take, the only punch I brought over here, I needed a little bit more glue right here. The only punch I brought over here is my tiny one. So I don't even think I have my circle punch over here, which would have been good too. So let's get this nastiness out of here. We don't need this. So here we go. Let's make sure that the end is even so our punches don't end up wonky. And I've got this punch here, this little one. And I think I'm going to start here because I'm going to get pattern. If I do, let's punch this. And let's punch this. And you can see here, look at how cute those are. And then let's go the opposite way. Well, if we go the opposite way, let's go down here because I think we will get different pattern down here. Right here. This is really cute. Look at this one. That's so cute. We've got a little bit of that grid paper, and we've got a little bit of that map paper. And if we take it this way here, we've got grid paper and some of that blue paper. And then you get the idea, but look at how cute these are. So now I think what we're gonna do is I showed you this, and I don't need any more of these punches. I do have the next size up where I could take some large punches, and it would be great if I could go this way because then I could just punch on down. But let's put this aside for now. Excuse me. There's Maggie. So we've got these, and let's work on, I did begin, I wanted to put these together and just pull some embroidery thread that I thought I might want to use. And you know, I'm not a bow person, but I know some people are, and so I wanted to, I thought, you know, this color I thought was perfect. And then when I came over here to my desk this morning, I thought, oh my gosh, I've got all of these Tim Holtz fabrics and I didn't use any of them. And I'm wondering if I should just maybe back one of these onto that. So let me see, it would have to be a longer piece. Let's see if I can make this work for us and see what this would look like, or if it's really just kind of too late. Let's check this out, see what we get. I really should have 2 trash containers when I'm going to do anything with threads, because it can't go into the recyclable container. But then you only have so much space, and it just, I mean, it gets ridiculous, really. So I did start with just a stitch on here. And because I had some green sari silk, I went ahead and just pulled out some green embroidery floss. I really would like this to be all shaggy. I'm going to start a quilting class in June. I had the option of May or June, and I decided May is just around the corner. It's too soon. It's just too much. There's not any way. I've got to take, you know, you can't, it's really difficult to stitch paper on your sewing machine and then turn around and then, you know, put fabric on for a quilt. That's cute, guys. So I think let's just add this on and see if this will work. I don't think, it's never too late. You can see here I've only taken, there's my knot and there's 1 stitch. So hopefully, just think this might be really pretty. What do you think? I mean, it just kind of adds, when you think about what we are making this for. So I've got, I think Carolyn sent me this lace here. Then I've got some netting with some gold sparkle. Hopefully you can see that. And I kind of wanted that to show. This is vintage and handmade. And then I put just a bit of eyelash trim, and this is Hobby Lobby lace right there, new. So let me go ahead. Let's get the needle on so that we can tack down that piece of fabric. When we lived in Germany, we were just a couple hours from Belgium, and so we used to drive to Belgium on the weekends. And Bruges was one of our favorite places to go visit. And we used to like to go antiquing there, and I can remember there would be ladies sitting outside on the sidewalk, and they would be tatting. And of course, this was the 90s. We didn't have cell phones. And I just, I often think, oh my gosh, if I had had a cell phone back then, the pictures I could have taken, because they'd have long, usually it was older women, they were all dressed in black, and they would have all these beautiful, beautiful wooden bobbins, like 8 bobbins, depending upon what they were doing. And they would just sit there and tat away. And it was the most beautiful sight ever. And there are many times I stop and I think about that, about it's just kind of a lost art. And I had seen, I can't remember if it was YouTube, it wasn't long ago, where somebody was talking about they want to learn to tat. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I think, it's wonderful if tatting comes back. I was a huge, huge cross-stitcher. My house is filled with all sorts of framed pictures that I cross-stitched, and crewel. I was really into crewel. And embroidery, and then that was a lost art for a long time. And it's so great to go online now, YouTube, and see so many people doing these things that really had disappeared. People just kind of quit working with their hands. So I'm just messy stitching this. Really. Anyway, to get back to that, I kept every single one of my cross-stitch books. I kept them all, and I kept all of my floss, my embroidery floss. And I think I am, well, I might try to pull them out. There's only so many hours in a day. And I just, at some point I have to sleep. So, yeah, there's so many things I want to do. So I am just, you can see, it's just messy. I am just going to go along and make sure that everything here is tacked down. And I think I'm going to just put a French knot in the middle of this little flower right there. If I had a bead, well, I do have a gold bead. I put a French knot in the middle of this one here. See right there? But I'm thinking just for something different, maybe I will put one of these little blue, one of these metallic, will it go? Yes, it will. Put a bead right in the middle of this flower. Just like that, just something different. And if I remember, I will pull, if I've got it, I think I put it here, my floss threader. I will demonstrate how to use that. But let me just take a couple more stitches just to make sure I've got this eyelash trim down. Yeah, if I kind of tug on it, it wants to escape. So let me make sure I get that down. I might have to go back just with a little bit of glue. But let's see. I still need to tack down this here just a little bit. And you kind of want to see your embroidery floss. You want to know that there is stitching. And I still don't have it. It's still wild. It's escaping. So let's see. I think I finally got it, so that's good. Where am I? I think I've got everything. So I am going to take one more stitch up here because I can see that kind of is flying away. So we'll take a stitch. like that. I think that's really pretty. And let's do our knot. Clip it off. And I've got my bulb pins. Let me see. What do we want on here? That works. That works. It's got red and a lot of color. Well, that works. It's got blue. There's a night owl. Maybe this one with the green. Where do we want to hang it? That, or I kind of liked with the red. I think the red, just because we have more options as far as color goes. Let's put a hole in this. And then let's pick out a bulb pin. Got one here with beads in it. No. Do I want a lot of color or do I want it subdued? I think maybe. Well, you wouldn't think picking out a bulb pin would be that big a deal. I'm going to go with copper. And I do want to put a bead on this. So maybe a gold bead. There's our little tag. I think we're going to hang it up here. This would be cute. We could put a button up here and, come on. We could put a button up here and then hang this lower. Let's see if I've got this in a good spot. That looks good, I think. Just like that. So we've got this one here. This would be really cute, I think, on the corner of a page. So we have that one, and we have this one, and we have this one. And then I will go ahead and do the same thing and finish these guys. But I think with you right now, I'd like to finish the little booklet. Now, before I do that, I just wanted to show, if you're watching, the person that wanted to know how to use, this is a floss threader. Hopefully you can see that. And you can get this at any of the stores. I know Walmart has them, probably in the dental aisle. What you would do if you were threading something is you would put your beads on, however many beads you want, on here like this. And then you would put whatever you were threading them on through here like this. And then you would pull this down. And then there's your beads. Just like that. It's just that simple. I can't do anything without this guy. He's beautiful. Always works just like a charm. So that's how that goes. So I will finish this up. And let's go ahead and do our, let me get these out of here so they don't go flying all over the place. Let's get our last journal card and let's create that. And see what we get with that. So seed beads, my seed beads, $3.99. I always wait until they go on sale at Hobby Lobby for 40% off. I mean, you can't beat that. $4 at 40% off. That's a really good deal. So my journal cards, if you remember, we had these journal cards that we had cut. And I think I'm going to back them. I was liking this, but I'm thinking it may be way too bright because you're going to want to be able to write on this. This might be what I need to do. The blue. Maybe this one. You know, I'm just thinking, if you used a black pen, this would be better. So let's go with this. Let's use, I mean, I have to think about that, right? I have to think about if you're going to write. Let me just take the bottom of this off. Maybe. Just like that. We are done with that. Terrible noise. And then we want to put these just like this. So we're going to glue this, get my glue stick out, then we'll put our fabric on, and I need that. So make sure we've got plenty of glue, and I've said this before, you can easily stitch around these if you like. And then we're just going to brayer it down. I find I have way better luck if I use a brayer. And then we're going to do the same thing with this one. And I'm like, don't fail me now, glue stick. Keep going. Please let me get this. I've had some of you ask me which glue sticks I use and why. I have used everything from a school glue stick to a Yoo-hoo glue stick, expensive glue sticks, and they all, to me, they work the same. They just work the same. I saw when I was shopping on Amazon for these glue sticks that Gorilla has a glue stick, and I would imagine that's probably pretty strong. So we want to keep a little bit of a gap between these so that we can fold. And I will brayer this, and then we will cut it out. And I like to turn it over and do the same thing. This ensures that I don't have any wrinkles and I get it all down. So there we've got this, and now we're going to cut this out. And then what happens when we cut it out? We have more scraps, but that's how it is. And then when I fold it, we will even it out. Because I don't think that I cut it even. I can see that this is not even by any means, so this probably was the very top. And so I wasn't that careful with it. So now we've got a nice piece of scrap. But that's okay. Okay. And then we're going to fold this. And I did it backwards, so this booklet is going to open this way. And what I mean by that is I should have put the larger piece on this and the smaller piece on this, and I didn't. So this booklet is going to fold this way. This is kind of a wonky booklet because it either is going to open this way with this being smaller, or it's going the other way. So this is a wonky booklet because it opens from left to right instead of from right to left. But we're gonna make it. It's gonna be fine. It's just wonky. It didn't know really what it wanted to do, and so this is what it wanted to do. It's doing its own thing. We are doing our own thing. Okay, so some fabric on our edge, and we know we've got that because I've got quilt squares. I have fabric. This is a piece that I didn't use, but I don't think it's very, that is just not medieval. Don't like that. I've not used it. Maybe I will use this striped. Let's use this piece, and I'm just gonna go ahead and see if I can tear this. And that didn't work. So on to this piece here. See if I have better luck with this one. Okay. So let's fray the edges. And then we need to cut the other side. Beautifully frayed. So cute. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we are going to glue this down like that. Let's do that. It's weird to me that this is just backwards, but that's okay. It's going to be all right. It's not that big a deal, but it is backwards. I think I'll come in just a little bit more. I mean, we could open it from the other side, cut that rickrack off. So I don't want rickrack. So let's cut this right now. This might work better. Cut that off. And then glue this side here. Then we'll cut off the end. I mean, if this bothered you at all, you could just turn it this way. It's not that big a deal. And then let's cut this. And so it goes this way, backwards. The inside's so pretty though, I really like that. And then if you wanted to, you could add something to the inside. You could do some collaging to the inside. And let's look at that and see if we want to do that. If I had this the front, I really don't want that the front. So this is going to be backwards. And it's going to be okay. Backwards. So it is going to open this way, like that. So because I do have, I don't know if you can see that right there, I do have a glue mark, so I really, really need to put a tab on this. I think I like that. Let's see what else I have. I don't have a whole lot. This might look good. Ooh, I like that. Let me just check this one more. No. No. We're going to use this here. That will look good. So let's fold the piece. And create a tab. Use this side. And of course, what I like is basically right in the center. Maybe we'll just do this just for the sake of saving paper, so that we can do another tab with this. There we go. Let's, well, we've got it in here if I can. No, it doesn't want to, so we got our tab. So this is going to go right here. I see some dried glue. Why? I don't know, but this is going to cover it just like that. So not an issue at all. And you can see I didn't put my jewelry back on. Let me see, where are you, glue? There we go. I'm excited to give away some glue jewelry. How fun is that? So are we straight? Yes, we've got this tab. So here is how we open. If I put this upside down, which it is, it would be upside down. It would open up this way, but it would be upside down. You know, it almost wouldn't matter. If I put something over this, you would never know that this is upside down, but I don't want to do that. So we're going to leave it and we're not going to worry about it. And let's see if we want to put some little thing. If I do this, it's going to be really hard to write on that. And so that is the purpose of this. I could put a label. I could just do a little bit of, this might be good because I think you could write on this. Let me cut this out and see how this would look. Sorry guys, you don't want to sit here watching me cut. But let's do this and see, because this is light enough on this side that I think, no, I'm cutting out the wrong one. This one, because it's got more of the writing. Oh, Charlotte, what are you thinking? Come on, it may be Friday, but geez, girl. Okay. And I'd like to keep the shape, because the shape is so pretty. I went on yesterday, I was trying to, I'm like, I need to learn to edit. I need to learn to edit. Oh man, hours, just hours trying to figure it out. And I guess that is why I don't know how to edit. So we could, let's see, you would see this from that side. Let's see what that looks like. You always have to take that into consideration, and I like that. So let's just go ahead. Let's put that there so we don't lose it, and we know we want it. It looks good. So let's put this there so we don't get confused. I tend to be confused enough. Okay, so when this is shut, you see a little bit of writing there. And then, of course, we need to distress, and that makes all the difference. So it's ever so pretty. And then, do we want this here? Yeah, let's do it. But I'm not going to put, I want this to be a straight edge. So let's cut that off and put this on there. Everything is sticking to me. The paper towel is sticking to me. I've got glue on my arm. Oh my goodness, girl. I know glue sticks to everybody. You just may not say it, but I know it does. I'm not the only one that has the glue problem. And that has, I walk away with threads hanging off my clothes. So this looks like this on the outside. And when you open this up, just because one side has it doesn't mean the other side has to have it. So do we want something on the front? I really think one of these snippets might look really cute on the front. I don't know. Oh, that's really cute, guys. What do you think? Do you think a snippet and a tab is too much? That's so cute, isn't it? That's really cute. Should we just do it? Oh, let's do it. Yeah, let's just do that. That is so cute. It says owl, and I don't think I have any more of the little owls. Because now that this says owl, it would be so cute if it had an owl on the front. I have to look and see what I've got. Make sure that knot tail is there. Let's get this where we want it. So cute. Look at that. Okay. Let me see. Where is an owl? Here's an owl, but I don't. No. I need one of the little owls. I may have to go and print one off. And put a little owl right here would be so cute. Or in the center of the inside the book. I don't want to use one of these because I don't know yet what I'm doing to... Boy, it's cute though, isn't it? I don't know what I'm doing on the cover, and so I think I'm going to hold off. But there's one of our snippets. So that was really cute. And I am going to go ahead, I think, and work on the rest of my snippets. But I don't know how long this video has been, so I think I'm just going to say goodbye. And I will catch you. We'll see what we're going to do with these guys. And I will catch you in the next one. So thank you for hanging out with me. Have a really, really great weekend, everyone. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care and be safe. Bye now.